I personally know about 8 or 9 people that took it. Some were able to retire. Some just said, "I'll just find me another job." But as far as it was with me, it was everything was good on that end. Everything was good on that end. Daniel turned 30, and that's it. That's saying a lot. Y'all know about y'all know about my son. He's a handful, but we all love him because that's he has a big personality. That's putting it lightly. He has a big personality. And he actually, when he saw the aunts this year, he didn't run away too bad. But how about you? How about you, Miss Sum Sum? How was your February?
Hey, February, I'm looking through my pictures as we're talking right now. One thing that stands out, me, not so much, but I was happy for my husband because the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, my nephew loves he loves the Eagles. Whenever I see some Eagle stuff, I send it to him. That's Chocolate Pearl's oldest. Um, he's my oldest nephew, 35, and he plainly said that he looked at me and was like, you told me when I was going to turn 35 that I was going to be fat. I'm not fat." I said, "But you're bald." One out of the two, I couldn't lose. I couldn't lose to him. But yeah, that was good because they sure did beat the heck out the Chiefs. What about you, Miss Kim?
I don't remember anything. I'm doing like some going back through pictures, and I don't see anything March, February. Mine's go to March, so I don't have anything for
Okay.
February.
And Dabs?
Well, one of the best days in the world is in February the 2nd. So, Groundhog's Day, that's what it is. Actually, no, that's my birthday. So yeah,
Groundhog Day.
yeah, no, yep.
Okay.
My son's birthday
Yeah.
is on the 4th, so two good days in
And
February.
as is my nephew's. Apple's oldest is the fourth,
Oh
and
yeah,
Daniel's is the
yep.
13th. Like I said, he turned 30. Said my nephew Rajim, he's at like you, Miss Sum. He's a thespian, but he's more behind the scenes now. He's more behind the scenes. He's acted off Broadway and off Broadway when he was and one of the smartest people I know, double major at from Carnegie Mellon, which is one of the top academic institutions in the country. And he just keeps doing his thing. I'm proud of all my nephews because I ain't got no, well, I'm not gonna say I ain't got no bums, but some are close to the bum line. But that's one thing. That's one thing in my family. If you don't work, you don't eat. So everybody in my family, we be working. Might not like to work all the time, but we got a job because our parents weren't the kind to let us sit around and do nothing. You gonna do something, get a job, go to school, join the military. I did all three. So Big Al, what's going on, Big Al? Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, man, I screwed up on my time. I logged in at 8 o'clock and I didn't see anybody. So about 8:10, I dropped off. And then it dawned on me it's 8:30, not 8 o'clock. So I was just sitting here going through Facebook and I saw you on Facebook. So I jumped back over. And had a super fantastic Christmas. Looking forward to going down to Atlanta this weekend. I've got tickets for all my grandkids and kids, so they're going to be about 16 of us in Mercedes Stadium, all dressed in Saints black and gold, doing the Who Dat as they play the Falcons Sunday. So looking forward to
Who
that.
that?
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
as a fellow who that I definitely feel you on that. You know, if you didn't know, the Saints are my favorite team also. So, you know, I'll be there in spirit. I ain't got that kind of money to be there in person. How was your February? We talking about the year in review 2025.
Um, February. Um, February is always a bad month for me because I lost my son in February. So it's bittersweet because that's my anniversary month, February, but also the day I lost my son. So
Mm,
it, it's tough in February. But
definitely. I said I can't imagine that what you've gone through. My sister has, and she can probably feel how you feel, and you know, understand that it don't get easier. But you know, while you're here, you're still family, and you know, we're gonna pray you. We're gonna help pray you through that.
I
Um,
appreciate that.
so because that's you know, said my middle son, um, Apple's oldest son, and Dab's birthdays are in that month. So it's you know, that's one of those things that we all had in common. And it's been like I said, it's been we talked about Doge and how you know they reduced were breaking the economy and stuff like that. But that's how it goes because they don't care about regular people. They care about their billionaire friends. But that's what it is. That's what people. That's what um the other people voted for. 92 and 79 did not vote for the guy in office.
Right.
But you know, we're only 13% of the population. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about March. March was an interesting month. Like I said, we were still going through, you know, Doge and the tariffs had just started and people were still losing their jobs and the price of eggs. Does everybody remember the price of eggs in March? You know, it
Yeah,
was like they were
like
selling
almost
eggs like
five
Six
crack.
dollars
dollars
for a
for a
dozen.
dozen.
They were selling them for $5 for one egg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were selling like, you know, people were trying to make money. They was like, look,
Yeah.
got that egg, got two
Yeah,
eggs. You want an omelet?
that's when the memes was going crazy about they selling eggs like they selling drugs.
And that, you know, but according to the president, the economy was improving. You go figure. Gas was higher, eggs was higher. We were losing a lot of people. They were raising prices just because in just because of the all of that stuff. But it's interesting on how that went. March was a good month for me. I got a wage increase that month. It was anniversary of my getting promoted to my current civilian grade, and also I had a chance to ride my bike for the first time in about a year after I messed up my shoulder from falling off the bike. Um, I got to ride my bike and I didn't fall over that time. I was good, but overall, and we had one little snowstorm up here in Virginia, but it wasn't that bad. What about you, Miss Kim? How was your March? And don't say the Lord woke me up because we already got you already got that.
Well, March was, the month of March. I think about my mother because that's when I lost my mother in the month of March back in 2007. But overall, we got to go to Atlanta to meet my great 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 niece, and we visit your
Yes,
friend's restaurant,
a
Mr.
bundle of cuteness.
Mr. What's the name of the restaurant? Mr. Everything Cafe in Atlanta.
Yeah,
The Everything Cafe.
Yeah,
Mr. Everything
Yeah,
Cafe.
yeah,
that's those are my people. And if you're ever in Atlanta and you're over by Morris Brown, they just reopened. Hit up Everything Cafe. My people run that. Been there for over 30 years, serving the community.
yeah. That was fun. And we also went to Summer's birthday dinner, I believe was in the month of March.
Yeah, it was yeah, at that nice restaurant.
Yeah. So that was fun.
So
And
that was so Miss Sum, how did you enjoy your party?
Oh my goodness. I was just every birthday is special, and I was going to say for March I got to celebrate my birthday with some wonderful people. I felt so blessed. And then I also one of my best friends from middle school came up, and we went and saw Mary J. Blige. So I was partying for like the whole month of March. Just
That's what's
happy.
up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And Big Al, what about you in March?
Yeah, March was pretty good for me. We had a men's conference in my church, so we did an offsite down in Savannah, so that was good bonding with some of my church brothers. And my youngest granddaughter turned 6 in March, so we had a big birthday party for her down here. But March was just basically chill out for me, getting ready for Easter and the Masters.
Did we lose you, Big Al?
Now I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Okay,
I can hear you
can
now.
hear you now. Heard
Okay.
about your youngest granddaughter's big blowout.
Yeah, we had a big party for her, and we had a men's conference for a week down in Savannah. So had a chance to bond with some of my church members, and we were getting ready for spring break in April, and of course Masters. So March was good.
That was good. That was real good. What about you, Chocolate Pearl?
I looked on my calendar. That was money making March. Yep. That Dabs and I was selling crazy. It seemed like every weekend we had some type of festival or a DJ event that we had to go to. So we was popping and making it happen that month. That's all. And me trying to hold down my job, but yeah, that was it. It was it.
Yeah, we was out every weekend.
That was good. Y'all making that money. Don't let that money make you. That's what's going on. Apple, what about you?
I'm sorry. Something came up. I'm gonna have to get off. Good night,
All
everybody.
right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Just y'all have some prayers. Y'all have some prayers for Apple. Hopefully everything is okay. We're gonna continue moving on. April was Apple's birthday month, and she was born on tax day, so I never tell her happy birthday. I just say happy tax day because that's you got to pay and I got to pay taxes, so I ain't happy about it, but I know she happy. um, Other things in April, we still having a lot of economic turmoil, and factories were closing in the States, and the Gaza thing is still going on strong, and they were really getting got every day. Sudan, the Congo, there were things going on over there, and we weren't. we were there, we were doing our thing, but it was like, what about the people here? And I know there's a lot of people here that are like, especially non-foundational, that are talking about where the black people at, where the black people at, why aren't they out there protesting? This is wrong. And the majority of black people like, we resting. We're resting. And they were ICE was really out there. Well, I was ICE was really out there doing, they were rounding folks up left and right, and then everybody's where the black people at. So now we resting. Y'all gotta handle your business. What do you think about that, Miss Sum Sum, when the beginning of ICE raids in Los Angeles and the National Guard?
I just remember seeing my news feed was flooded with people telling us, stay still. Don't you get up. I don't care how. Stop trying to go to everybody's rescue. Stay where you are. Do not get out of your seat. We told them, we told them, we told them. They did not listen. So, with that being said, the roof is on fire. We don't need no
We don't
water.
need no water.
That's it.
'Cause it's
And you
gonna
know
burn
how to
anyway.
Y'all know the
rest goes.
Yep, it's gonna burn
exactly.
anyway.
That's it.
Exactly. Hey, you're still attending the meetings, I see. You're still attending the black people meetings, so yeah, you're good. Oh, so Big Al, what do you think about all of the when we talked about that on the show in April? What do you think about, looking back now 8 months later? What do you think about the overall how ICE did people in Los Angeles and the guard being called in Los Angeles, Chicago, and DC?
All that was a setup for 47 for some stuff that he wants to do. And the scary part about the ICE is the fact that they are wearing these masks and things. So you don't know who it is rolling up on you and capturing you and taking you off. So I was very disenchanted by that, but I made sure that I only went out when I absolutely had to, but I was packing too. So if somebody roll up on me talking about detaining me, taking me and deporting me, I was going to bust a cap and say, hey, I was afraid for my life. But I
That's
think
right.
all that was wrong. And the National Guard, all that's just a prelude for 47 and what he wants to do in 2026.
I think you won't get any argument from anybody in this group at least. And Chocolate Pro, you got something to say about that?
I was sitting there agreeing with him. You know, I actually didn't have a problem myself and wasn't feared for that situation, but I was feared for others. However, like you said in the prior months, you know, sit your tail down. Sit your tail down. You didn't vote for them. How Roland Martin has a T-shirt saying, um, "Don't blame me. I didn't. I voted for the woman. Black. Excuse me. I voted for the black woman."
Yeah, because there
so,
was
so,
Jill Stein who comes out every 4 years out of hiding, the siphon votes.
but I do hate it that ISIS is out still out there, and how they just started picking up folks and turning their backs on everybody. And regardless if you voted for him or not, they still shouldn't be treated the way they're being treated, whether you voted for them or not.
No,
However,
no, that's the thing. That's the thing. People don't want to admit that, but they they realize that we're not, you know, you got to realize that we don't. we don't we shouldn't be treated like that. And a lot of, we've been treated like that. So we know the routine. However, a lot of times people don't want to hear that. They're saying we're complaining and we're doing this, and we just telling them when the mirror is held up, they're like vampires. They can't see themselves.
Right.
They can't see themselves. What do you think about that, Miss Kim?
I'm sorry. I had a call come through, so I missed it. My daughter called.
Okay. I was saying, with all these ICE raids and you know, Chicago and Los Angeles and DC, the National Guard in DC. What do you think about that? All that stuff happening?
It was sad. Um, with ICE coming through, because I remember when at back in I don't know what month it was, at the Hyundai plant that extends from Bryan County, I think, down to Chatham County, and they came and they raided and took all those people that was training those to help make the Hyundai cars and stuff.
The
It was
batteries for the
just,
cars, yeah.
yeah, it was just a sad situation. Because they really depended on them to get them trained and get them where they needed to be. So it was just a mess.
That it was. That it that it was. It was a mess. And it continues to be the mess because Honda ain't coming back. They
Yeah.
ain't coming back. That's
Nope.
job. Those are American, good paying American jobs that ain't coming back here. But he's
Right.
talking about bringing stuff, reshoring stuff. His paymasters aren't going to go for that. They try not to spend money. They trying to bring back another form of slavery or low wages, working for serf wages. I was on Threads a couple of days ago, and some people out there, they were talking about we shouldn't be paying for other people to get healthcare free. And then, I had to break it down to them that, the majority of people that are getting Medicaid and SNAP actually have jobs. They work at McDonald's, they work at Amazon, they work at Walmart, but they can't afford the insurance premiums of the jobs that they have. So you tell me, is that their fault? You tell them that get a job, they got a job. They can't afford rent, food, and to pay their health care. So they have to get government assistance. And then I said, well, if you so mad about people getting stuff for free, then why are you okay with profitable businesses and companies getting free money from the government, getting subsidies from the government? That's welfare. But they don't consider that welfare, So a lot of times, like you said, down there at the Hyundai plant and healthcare, and they don't have a plan to replace the Affordable Care Act. It's a lot of things, and people still vote for them, and I really really can't understand why. We know why, but I don't want to say it because I might get demonetized for saying it. But we understand. I think we understand. We've been in too many of the meeting, too many of our black people meetings. We already know the routine. Now let's move on to May. May was a up and down month, as it was the 16th anniversary of my mother's transition. Um, it's hard to believe she's been gone 16 years, and that's been a that it don't get that much easier. I see the picture. Chocolate Pearl pointing to the picture in the corner. But you know, she had her faults. She wasn't perfect, but she was my mother. And I ain't gonna say nothing too bad, but I tell you a joke, but I won't tell you a lie. Said she was, for all her flaws, we still loved her, and we know in her way she loved us. Sometimes she got on our nerves, but that's what happens when you get older, and now kids are gonna be mad at us, and we're gonna get on their nerves. You see, you get that gray in your hair and your beard, and now the kids think they your parents. But other than that, how was your maid, Miss Sum Sum?
It was nice. So my daughter went to junior prom. That was like one of the big things that stand out to me in May.
Junior prom. Did she have a date or did she go with her girls?
Well, at that time, it was her now ex-boyfriend. So yeah. So
Do they really at 16, do they really have boyfriends? They just got men. They just got guys they may kiss on or something like that.
yeah, this was her first boyfriend, and this was everything was new, and so this is I don't know,
So
one of many, I'm sure.
what did Jerome think? Did he accost him? Did he run up on him?
Jerome was very funny when it came to he didn't even want to shake the boy's hand. He was just like, I'm gonna let you know I'm her daddy and I'm gonna watch over you, but he was not very welcoming to the young man, I must say that.
So what about when your son was that age and he was dating was he the same way?
My son kind of kept the young ladies away from us. We really didn't get to meet them like that. There was one that he was with for a little over a year, but we barely saw her. She had issues and stuff like that, but for the most part, and he's single right now to this day. So he's very low key. He's just, I guess he's like a casual dater or whatever, but nothing long term yet. So
Okay, okay. So what about you, Dabs?
Um, for me, it's May is there's a silent day in May that I don't really talk about, and that was one of those things about what you said. That's the month my mom's birthday, so it's one I usually remember, but I usually do it in silence. I don't talk a lot about it.
No, that's
Um,
understandable. Trust me, that's understandable. Like I said, it doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier, but as long as they're in your heart, they're still alive. That's the way I look at it. As long as they're in your heart, as long as they're in your memories in your heart, they still alive. What about you, Big Al? How was your May?
May was super for me. My oldest son got married in Cancun, Mexico, and over Memorial Day weekend 10 years ago, last year. So we did a uh, quick trip over to Cancun to celebrate his 10th year wedding anniversary and hung out over Memorial Day. Had a lot of tequila and a lot of good alcohol, so I was feeling no pain. So May was good for me.
mhm.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong as long as you came back with both your kidneys and your innards in and you wake up in no bathtub full of ice.
Yeah. The body parts
And
still.
that's um Chocolate Pearl, how was your May?
Well, that was the time that my son and daughter-in-law and my daughter came to visit, and my daughter decided to stay. So she's been here since May of this year. And so that was a joyous occasion. We got to spend some time because I hadn't seen them since the surgery that, after my cancer surgery and stuff like that. So it was wonderful to see my kids again. And then my daughter wound up staying, and her life had changed from that point on for the better.
That's good. That's good. She is looking good, even though she stood so far away. I told, I got nicknames for all my nieces, but but yeah, that's good. That's good. Miss Kim, how was your May?
Horrible, because I spent most of May packing up the apartment, preparing to move, which I'm
Bearing the
tired of
mood.
doing.
But you
But
you good now, so that's a good thing.
uh,
That's a good thing.
for how long?
June, June. That I know you moved in June, and June was a month that's Chocolate Pearl's birthday month, and my nephew, her oldest son, and my oldest son born on the same day, and it was interesting. I said, I don't buy stuff for my oldest anymore. I just get him and his husband. I just give him gift cards. It's like, I know that's not.
That's better than just giving them the money. At least that you went and purchased and thought about, because maybe they might like this, and then you at least purchase that portion
Yeah,
versus just
but
giving them money.
you got to pay like $8 to get a daggone card. That's the crazy part. You got to spend money to
Money, give money.
money. I'm like,
My
come on now, and he does neither him or my son-in-law use Apple Pay, so I can't use Apple Pay, and I'm not trying to send them money through Cash App. I don't think they use Cash App, so I had to get them actual Visa cards.
oh,
I'm like, man, if y'all don't get on join the Apple crew, I know you and Bean and Dabs don't do Apple, so y'all all on my bad list. Y'all
I
all
still
on my
have
bad
Zelle.
list.
We all have Zelle.
Yeah, I know. But Big Al, how was your June?
June was great, very busy. We had early voting for some local elections that were going to take place in this past November. So I worked for the Board of Elections, so setting up the voting machines and being there to monitor for about 10 days of early voting. So I was busy setting up, tearing down, and monitoring voting in the month of June.
Just a quick segue. What do you think about um the governor's race coming up in 26?
It's going to be interesting. Um, I I have lost track of who the candidates are. I was really focused on the Senate race with Vince Dooley running against Ossoff, but I for the life of me, I can't remember off the top of my head who the candidates are on the GOP side and the Democratic side for governor of Georgia.
I think Raffensperger is going to run.
Okay.
I think Raffensperger is going to run because he's going to do like what Kemp did. Remember, Kemp was the secretary of state before he became the
Yeah.
governor,
Yeah.
and I think Raffensperger is following that path.
Yeah. And that was really a travesty what Kemp did because as Secretary of State, he removed 135,000 registered voters from the voting rolls in Georgia. And that's the primary reason why he was able to beat out Stacey Abrams. But he just purged 135,000 of us from the voting rolls. So hopefully Ratzenberger won't do the same thing.
I think you're hoping against hope, but I
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
I said
Yeah.
do you think Abrams is going to run again?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. My source is ex-Senator Charles Walker, who's here in Augusta, and he keeps me abreast of what's going on politically. He's been in deteriorating health, though he and I have not spent as much time together as we normally do, but he's my source. But I hope she does run again, but I've not heard anything concerning her running again.
On YouTube, Miss Nikki said no, she's not going to run. Um, um, Stacey Abrams was not going to run for governor. Down in Florida, Chocolate Pearl, who's going to replace DeMoron Santis?
We at the moment we have no idea. I haven't really heard names coming in yet. Been waiting because yeah, he got to go. Plus, he just got some big scandal. This I just found out about today.
Yeah,
$35 million.
the GOP and scandal.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem to fit.
yeah. Okay, if you say so.
Oh,
But
Miss
yeah.
Nikki said Keisha Lance Bottoms is planning on running for governor of the state of
Oh,
Georgia on a
Okay,
okay.
Democratic ticket.
great, great.
Um, I
Well,
know, I know Byron Donalds, Sambo is running in for governor in Florida for on the Republican side,
who was
but
that?
I don't know about the Democrat. Maybe Val Demings might run.
I know
I'm
there's
not
a
100%
little
sure.
talk. I don't know. She's on the state representative now, but this lady named Angie Nixon.
Okay.
There's a little talk. And I'm pretty. I know Angie pretty good, but yeah, there's been some talk. She's not sure if she's going for governor or Senate of the Senate. So I think she's trying to decipher which one she wants to do.
Oh, DeSantis's wife is supposed to be running in Florida, looking to
Oh,
run
geez.
on for the GOP ticket.
Oh no.
Hey, if you can't beat them, cheat them. That's what that's the
Yeah.
GOP. That's the GOP way in
Yeah.
Florida. Now let's talk about July. My youngest son, my namesake, his birthday's on the 4th. He was born on the 4th of July in Germany. Of course, it wasn't a holiday there, but it's well, Independence Day here. My July went pretty well. I was broke. I didn't get a chance to go to Phoenix to my fraternity's biennial conclave, but hey, you can't have it all. And plus it was probably like 800 degrees out there in Phoenix. So what about your July, Chocolate Pearl?
Mm, I was
I was
alive
Retreat.
making more
making
money
money.
when we
When we
doing
doing
money
We went
moves.
to
money?
the retreat.
Huh?
Huh?
We went to the retreat.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
right. We
right.
did. We
We
went to
went to
our
our
Christian
Christian
retreat.
retreat. And I became the um what did I became? I became something high in rank right now. I can't think of it right now. Of the media, so of the media group.
I was about to
Director.
say
There you go, director.
I'm about to say HNIC.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yep.
Of all of the social media, the sound system, all that. I'm ahead of that now. They appointed me,
Okay.
and
That
so
hey, that's
yeah, our next retreat they're gonna skip next year, which happens to be the same year we're getting married, but they're skipping that year and then going to 2027 to do our retreat then. We were supposed to have it in Orlando, but the person who lives in Orlando had moved to another state. So now we have to do it in a different state. So yeah, that was exciting because Dad got to come this year, and they allowed us to make money, and we made a decent amount of money there too at that retreat. So it was really good. Very the information we got, the fellowship, it was all wonderful, and it was basically a free trip. We just had to get there.
Yeah, that's how it is, and that sometimes that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Getting there. How about you, Miss Sum Sum? How was your
Uh,
July?
July was good. We closed on our house in June, so by now we're in the house about a month. My daughter's senior pictures, just trying to take it all in, all the hard work finally paid off, and we are just kind of like woo-sighing at that particular point.
So when you gonna you ain't had no housewarming?
We did have a housewarming in August.
Okay, okay. Is that
Yes.
true, Miss Kim? Did they have a housewarming in August?
She had a house warming in August, but it wasn't at the house. It was somewhere else, and it was too far for me to drive. That's why we didn't go.
How you gonna have a Miss Thompson? How you gonna have a housewarming not in your house?
So yeah, so about that. It's always a plus and a negative. There's no such thing as the actual perfect home. There's always going to be something. As much as we love our townhouse, the parking around here sucks. So we only have two permanent and one visitor pass. And if people come to visit more than one visitor, they might have to park out on the street.
I can
And it's
I can understand that. That's where I come from. We didn't get much parking.
right. So it's right. So the parking is horrible. But yeah, so that's the only reason why we didn't have it at the house, because we had like a nice little crowd, and it would have just been a mess we probably would have had to shuttle people to the nearest like rec center and bring them to the house and back to the cars and all of that stuff. So it was too much. So we decided to do it that way.
Okay, I thought it might have been because you might not have had no furniture and everybody had to sit on the floor and eat off paper plates.
Indian style.
Miss Kim and I can't get up.
Yeah,
Driving
I
like it's
definitely
hot.
can't.
That check knee light and check back light be on. I ain't 22 anymore. I can't be doing all that bending and stuff. But hopefully we'll get to see the place one of these centuries.
Definitely, definitely. I would love to have you guys over. We could definitely plan that for 2026.
Sounds good. What about you, Big Al? How was your July?
It was a lot of fun, but very expensive. I had a house full from Louisiana for the fourth here. And then when they left, the grandkids stayed. So I had six grandkids and
Woo.
trying to entertain, and they are all teenagers except the 6-year-old. They eat a lot. So, and they wanted to do something every day, Dave and Buster's, Top Golf. So I spent about $700 a month over a 2-week period. So the money I had at the beginning of the month was severely decremented by the end of the month.
I see that. I definitely see that. That's like grandkids. I guess grandkids keep you broke, but you're the fun granddad, so you
Oh, yeah.
gotta eat that. How many grandkids you have?
I got 8.
8. So how many you got, Chocolate Pearl?
7
Ugh.
How many you
that
got,
I know of.
Dabs?
He has 4.
Apple has. I know I ain't got none,
Has
and I know Miss
Apple
Kim ain't
has
got none.
3. No, 2. Apple
I
has
don't
3,
2.
have none physically from my daughters, but my stepdaughter, I got
2,
4.
yeah, 2. Two and a possible.
I I got
Oh
four.
yeah, that's right.
It's four
You
because
do have four. You got the
and they're all
yeah,
girls.
four. All girls.
Yeah, Apple has two and one
And
on
they
the
about
way.
every one of them about 3, 4 years apart.
Yeah, just got a new one in September.
And Bean has
And
two.
he has two.
And Bean has two. So yeah, so y'all have fun with those because woo, I don't know. I don't
You
know.
got to spend time
So
with
we're going in
somebody else's grandkids and you hit out.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't do little kids no more. That little screaming Mimi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, she got a pair of lungs. Oh my goodness.
And an
Like
attitude with the lungs.
it, oh yeah,
Dab's over
yeah.
here talking about,
She a cutie, but woo, them lungs. Them lungs. Well, unfortunately, I'm not we're close to the end of the show, so I'm gonna cut it at August. I'm gonna cut it at August, and we want to go into 2026 with a good spirit. Hopefully, y'all making y'all greens, hopping john, and black eyed peas, and hopefully everybody gets a good summer, a good winter. Don't get too much snow, and I know y'all don't get no snow in Florida hardly, but
but
um,
it's cold. It's cold here. It actually got cold today, down to 36 this morning. And then we just got Dabs just said it was a freeze warning advisory just came up on the computer.
yeah, it's
So
one up here. Trust me, it's cold. It's cold AF.
well, y'all
It's
used to it. We're not used to
no,
it. This is
no,
more.
no. You don't get
I'm
used.
not used to it.
You don't get.
Went back in.
Yeah, he this morning. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. This was fun because he goes exercise. Since the break, he's been going every day. But when he's in school, he goes twice a week. But so he got up this morning and kissed me goodbye because he was going 5:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning this morning. Five. I've been asleep, so I don't really know what the time is. But he he kissed me, and I thought he left. I get up. It was my time to get up and get myself together, and I heard him yelling at the TV in the living room. You was yelling at me? I thought I heard you yelling at something, and so I said he must be home. And I come out, he on the floor stretching. I said, "Oh, so you didn't go to exercise?" He said, "I walked outside and came right back in." Because they
Oh
exercise
man.
outside. They don't exercise inside any edifice. They stay outside. Rain, sleet, or
Well,
snow. They don't care. They out there exercising. But he was like, he ain't going out. He just got over the flu. He ain't going back out there.
that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. But I'm gonna give you the last word, the end of the year, chocolate pearl, before we go.
Well, the end of the year, I would love to say Happy New Year's to everyone. Also, we need to continue to pray for this country because the man at the head of the state is really bunkers. I mean, he just lost his ever loving mind if he ever had one. And he lost his and his whole cabinet's mind. So pray for this country. Pray that even though we went through a rocky 2024, that 2000, I mean, excuse me, 2025, that 2026 will be a prosperous year that we can actually bring the country back together like it should because this is ridiculous of what we went through and he hasn't even been in office for a whole entire year. So you pray for the country.
Yep. Yep. And on behalf of the team, the family, and everybody out there in YouTube land, Facebook land, Rumble land, um, TikTok land, Instagram land, all of those people, and I ask that y'all like, share, subscribe, make it a vibe because it's always a party when you chilling with the DFG family. Y'all have a good year, end of the year, and a great next year. So I will say this, see you next year. And if you can't laugh at yourself, find somebody else to laugh at. Y'all be good. This is DFG signing out for 2025.